Hi Aquarius, my name is Audrey Alison. Thank you for joining me for your August 2016 forecast for the month. I'm happy to be here. Thank you for subscribing to my channel and for your support on my Facebook page. You can always like that page for a lot of updates regarding transits and astrological and tarot posts. And that's at Audrey Alison Astrology and Tarot on Facebook. And I'll be using the Alchemical deck by Robert M. Place. And let's start our forecast. We have eclipse season coming into play. So let's start our month on the 2nd of August with a Mars transit. Mars is entering the fire sign of Sagittarius. So this will be conjunct Saturn at 9 degrees in your 11th house. Mars giving energy and stamina in the sector that he flows through. And this is the friendship sector. This is social settings. This is clubs and organizations that you're affiliated with. And Saturn has seen you in this sector discerning who's working for you as a friend and who isn't. There's also some limitation to your relationships with friends and with your goals. You're restructuring the goals with Saturn in the 11th house. There's a strong discernment of what is working for you and what isn't. And when Mars comes in here, you have a little bit of a fire lit under you to get those goals organized, which is fine. That works. And on the 13th, Saturn will be going direct at 9 degrees of Sagittarius too. So you'll have both of those planets direct in the sector of wishes, goals, hopes, connections. That's positive, pushing forward. On the same day, on the 2nd, we have our new moon at 10 degrees of Leo. And this is in the 7th house. All of this fire energy that's happening in the top of the month will be trining Uranus and Aries. So the 11th house of goals, the 7th house of business partnerships, marriage, soulmates, and the 3rd house of local areas, neighbors, siblings, communications. This is all trining, which is harmonious. So this could apply in very different ways, but the new moon here in the 7th house could see a new relationship occur. It could also lead you to new business partnerships connected through friends or neighbors, or you communicating spontaneously because of Uranus involved in Aries in the 3rd house, spontaneously communicating with friends and or spouses on the new moon about your goals and how they can help, how to align them with Saturn conjunct in the mix. So there's a lot of energy happening here right in the initial stages of August. And it's affecting all of your, the social sectors, the 3rd, 7th, and 11th house. On the 5th, Venus makes her transit into Virgo, where she'll be conjunct Jupiter, very expansive, harmonious energy. She's there through the 29th of August. And this is in the 8th house, trining Pluto in Capricorn in the 12th house. The quiet houses, but this is your intimacy and your private thoughts, your dream life with the 12th house involved. But there's an intensity to it because of Pluto there. Venus being attraction and harmony and balance in the 8th house could see you getting involved in intimate relationships that are very loving, and there's a strong connection and intensity at the top of the month. You could be developing this within your existing marriage, within your existing relationships. This could be new energy because of the new moon just 3 days prior, and that energy doesn't stop once the new moon is done on the 2nd. That's an energy. It lingers. So I like this for Aquarians who are looking to get into something with someone very lovingly, or you know, when I think of intimacy, I don't think of an Aquarian right off the bat because you're extremely intellectual. You're ruled by the wind, the swords, the air, and you need mental stimulation to even go there physically. So there's something very much physical about what I'm seeing astrologically, which could be out of your comfort zone a little bit, but I don't mind it. I think Aquarians might be experiencing a level of intimacy that starts with the body instead of the mind, if that makes sense. On the 18th, we have our full moon lunar eclipse. Okay, so now it's eclipse season. And this is in your sign. 25 degrees of Aquarius in the first house. There's an ending, a visual awareness, a culmination, some closure here. And I'm sure the cards will help me with that, but you could put an end to something you were applying to the body, to the self, a routine. The first house of ego. You could be shedding a facet of your internal self that can only make sense to you. But the full moon is the awareness. It's shining. She shines so bright so you can see. And eclipses change things up. Something could be eclipsed out of the picture. You could be doing something to the body, a service. This is so random, but I'm going to say it because I am channeling. And as a messenger, when I get a little choked up in my voice, it's like something's trying to come out of me. So what I wanted to say was, for those of you doing physical aesthetic treatments to the body, whether that's, whatever you do, you get your eyebrows waxed, you get facials done, even different things like eyelash extensions, something could stop here. The body could reject one of these procedures for you. Watch around the 18th, and it's not pinpointed exactly that day, maybe a couple days before, maybe within the 6 months energy after, but you might stop a process that you're doing with the body, some of you, and take a breather on that and then resume it if wanting to. Or you could actually just be done with an internal thought process, how you're handling things with the full moon eclipse. On the 22nd, the sun enters Virgo, conjunct Jupiter and Venus in the 8th house of intimacy. So Aquarians, this is different for you, and I'm getting a different feel about this. I think that you could be so intrigued energetically by someone that instead of the mental analysis that you take on before starting relationship, you might just jump in or find yourself ready to be intimate without all the other stuff, without the checklist prior. Jupiter is optimism and faith, and Venus is love, and here comes the sun. These are benefic planets. They are expansive, bright, harmonious, they're shining. I love this in the 8th house, but it's also shared resources. The 8th house of other people's money. Great time for huge investments, investors, the right places for property and things like that. Shared resources, I said that, but I feel like there could be something huge here going on with financial abundance because Jupiter is involved, and Venus, and the sun. On the 29th, Venus exits Virgo into Libra. She enters. So that's the 9th house of foreign travel. But Mercury will retrograde the next day, making it kind of shady for foreign travel. But with Venus in the 9th house, this could be about money for school. It could be about love, harmony, balance, and financial support for foreign travel, for courses, for higher certifications and degrees, for getting your belief system in order. What are you truly believing in and what's working for you? Even politically with the 9th house. On the 30th, Mercury retrogrades at 29 degrees of Virgo, back to 14 degrees of Virgo through the 22nd of September. And this is in that 8th house again. So there is a review of your intimacies, a review of where you're needing to put the money, of who's investing in you, financial support. There's an analysis here with Mercury retrograde, revise, review, rewrite. It's time for editing. In the 8th house, this could also be reviewing your your sex life, and reviewing someone who has passed. Maybe there's a remembrance or a ceremony is what I want to say, for someone who has passed in the 8th house of death. And this could be an anniversary of someone who's passed long ago, because Mercury tends to draw energy from areas of your life that have already been processed long before. So this could be, this time period between August 30th and September 22nd could be the anniversary of someone's passing for you, Aquarius. And there is a tribute paid to this person, or maybe the family's coming together to have an acknowledgement of that person's life, a grandparent. For some reason I wanted to say that in Spanish, abuelo or abuela. So maybe there is a passing of a grandparent. I'm not really sure why I'm getting that in Spanish, but we'll see how that applies. It could make sense to someone out there. And I wanted to mention on the 1st of September, we're having an additional eclipse, the new moon solar eclipse, at 9 degrees of Virgo in this 8th house again, trining Pluto in Capricorn and conjunct Jupiter. So, big stuff, big energy, newness in the 8th house. If you're reassessing the intimate connection, you could then make it official. You could be processing all that is in the house of Virgo in the 8th house, because that is the sector that's really lit up for you. But please watch your ascendant forecast because of the accuracy to your natal chart. That would be very helpful to you. So let's get to the cards. They're thoroughly shuffled. And if you'd like to book with me, you can reach me at audreyalison.com and just select your desired reading length via the PayPal button, and I will email you back in a day or two and set up an appointment time for our call. Okay, Aquarius, here are your cards for August. Ace of Cups. This came out for another sign. I believe it was Pisces. New love. Okay. Intimacy. 7th house, 8th house, romance, one's true heart's desire. It's also the time frame of summer, the Ace of Cups. So that's what we're in right now. Let's see what else is here. Ooh. King of Fire, King of Staves, King of Wands, whatever you prefer in the tarot. This is a fire sign, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Also the card that means the master of feelings. Someone's got a lot of emotional feelings, and not emotional, physical. The fire is action. So someone's hot and heavy with this card. It could represent a facet of you, especially if you are a rising sign, fire rising sign. But let's see what else comes up. 9 of Swords. Facing your fears and maybe less judgment around them. Excuse me. I want to see what else comes up. The 5 of Wands, the Burning Hand. There could be creative energy around you, but there could also be, it could be fire, feisty energy, but with that restriction or discernment with Saturn regarding relationship. But look at this. The last card was the Lovers. So these are very hot cards for new love, romance, attraction, and even, I mean, this is getting a little deep, but this is a very frisky card when this appears for me. And I feel like it could be someone's just very hands-on. And this is a very sexual card as well. So for those of you in relationship, that's going to pick up that department. But for those of you who need to kind of come to terms with something or face a mental fear about relationship, you need to put that behind you. If you are afraid or fearful of attracting someone, then you'll push that away if you want it. There could be someone around you that's already desiring you, Aquarius, and they would be a fire sign energy. But this is really great for starting something new or even enhancing the partnership that you have. I hope this was helpful, and this is also a lot about that 8th house of intimacy, because the Lovers could be a triangle, but it's sex. It's not about the 2 of Cups, which is like an emotional connection. This is so physical. These cards are very physical. And this is an emotional connection, the Ace of Cups, but it's also falling in love and has a lot to do with romance and emotional connection. So I hope this was helpful. It's very positive, Aquarius. I'm wishing you a beautiful August. And remember, the sky is limitless, so reach for the stars.